We need to understand that principle, the principle of authority. Let me tell you this. I have authority over myself. I have authority in my house. God has placed me with authority over this congregation. There's not another man can come in here and take authority. If they do, they are usurping. They're in rebellion. So God has placed me with that authority. Same for you. You've got to know your places of authority. You have authority over your mind. You have authority over your heart. You have authority over yourself. You take dominion over yourself. Everyone has dominion over themselves. No one controls you. You have authority over you. 1. 2, in many places you've been given authority in a family situation. You've been given authority in a business arena. You've been given authority. And for each of us, we've got to understand our places of authority. When we understand our places of authority, then we can bind and we can loose. But without knowing our places of authority, we can't even begin to bind or loose. But know this, the devil doesn't have authority anywhere. So I'm not sure where all the places of your authority is, but I know he has authority nowhere. And so every place that I find him, I call him what he is, a trespasser, an interloper, a rebellious individual who's on my property, who's in my area, and he must go because he does not have authority to be there. That's why when Jesus came in contact with sickness, he said, sickness, you don't have authority to be there. Devil, get out. When he came across one that was demon-possessed, he'd say, what are you doing inside a human? You don't have authority to be there. Get out. What are you doing in my family? What are you doing in my finances? What are you doing in my mind? You don't have authority to be there. Now, I can overlook his offense. The same way if you had someone just moved in on your property and set up a tent in your backyard and started cooking out under the stars and living in your backyard, you could overlook the offense if you chose to. But probably like the rest of us, most of us, you would say, you're trespassing. You call it popo. Does everybody know what the popo is? And the popo would come and remove them from your area, your lot. And that's the principle of taking authority. Is every time I see sickness, every time I see poverty, every time I see lack, every time I see doubt, every time I see depression, every time I see oppression, every time I see the works of the devil. Jesus was anointed by God to do good. He went around destroying all the works of the devil. Why was he destroying all the works of the devil? Because the devil, outside of his realm of authority, was establishing these earthworks all over the place. And Jesus was going around going, that doesn't belong there. Tear that down. That doesn't belong there. Tear that down. That doesn't belong there. Tear that down. And that's the principle of taking authority. I don't know where your authority is. I know he has none. And if you're in an area where you're not sure you can take authority, then you go find someone who does have authority and have them come in and remove him from your property. But don't allow him in your property. Don't rent him a room in your head. He's a liar. He's a cheat. He's a thief. And if he has his way, he will destroy you. He will smile coming in the front door while he's taking your television out the back door. See that image? Hey, how you doing? Got me some stuff.